In the previous tutorial, we got this little teleport option working where we had some game objects teleport me back to the start, maybe other ones teleport me to a custom spot on the map. We have one more game mechanic I'm going to offer you as a kind of an extension to this that you could think of integrating to make your gameplay more interesting, which is going to be an object enabler. And we're going to create this in a slightly different way than we did our previous one. So what I'm going to do first is actually create the 3D object that I want to be responsible for allowing this toggle to happen. So I'm going to make a cube, and I'm going to actually flatten it out. So it's just kind of this really thin, small pad here. Perfect. And I can make this look a lot better in the final version if I wanted to. And what I want this pad to be able to do is when the player touches it, to actually turn this particular platform teleport. I've renamed it left platform teleport here just to be really clear. I want to be able to turn this on or off. What do I mean by that? Well, this little check mark in the inspector beside the name allows me to enable and disable this platform so that it, well, appears and disappears in my game at different times. And so what I'm going to do is I need to add a script to this cube, which I'm going to rename the toggle pad. To create a script in a different way, well, the last tutorial we did create C# script, but I can add one directly to an object by going down to add component, and I'm going to call mine toggle object script. And when we don't have something that exists yet, Unity assumes that we want to make a new script, so I can just click on new script and create and add. Now the script has been created and added to this object automatically. I can find it under my assets main section, though I might want to move it under my scripts folder just to keep things organized. Now if I head back to my toggle pad script, I'm going to double click on the script's name to open up Visual Studio so I can actually begin editing the content of this script. This time I want to keep this start method. I'm just going to erase the update and begin to set things up. Once again, follow along exactly as I spell things. The first thing that I want to create is a public game object once again, but this one's, I'm going to call it the object to enable. Give it a nice clear name. A linking point for whatever it is I want this particular toggle pad to engage with. If I head back into Unity, I can already see once it loads up that now I have a new piece of functionality added to my script where I can attach a game object. What is it I want? It's whatever object I want to enable. I'm going to take my left teleport platform and with my toggle pad selected, click and drag that object into this slot, meaning that this toggle pad can now talk directly to this teleport object. Let's head back into the script. With that link made, I actually want to begin the game with this object to enable turned off so that it can be turned on. So when the game begins, I'm going to take my object to enable and I'm going to set active as false, meaning that I want this to be turned off as soon as the game starts. I want to be able to see it in my editor, but right now with that code added, when I press run, in my game I see that that does not appear. Okay, there's nothing there for it to appear. But right now, going on this pad does absolutely nothing because I haven't added the code yet. So if I head back into my code, I want to create another private void, oh, I need to spell this right, that was a little mess up, void on collision enter with a collision object. My squiggly brackets down below, and I'm going to do another one of these if collision.gameObject.tag, not tag equals player, everything spelled the same. So if I collide with the player, what I want to do is actually take my object to enable, and I want to set it active to true. Not sure. Learn to spell, Mr. L. Okay, what do we have here? When my game begins, disable that object, and wait until the player touches my toggler, and then it will turn that object on. Let's give this a try and see how this works. Now that I'm in my game, I can press run. Notice that this teleport isn't here. Just to be really clear, I can go over there. There's nothing there. It's disabled. It's disappeared. Oh, I got hit. I need to wait for the right time. I'm going to go and touch this. And once I touch it, look at that. My teleporter has appeared. And now it's there for me to work with. So bam, I now have the ability to put a little toggle pad that actually allows me to spawn, technically, or enable objects in my world. And if I wanted to, I could attach other things, well, I could attach the script to other things as well. I'm going to make a prefab of this toggle pad. Check this out. If I take this and drag it down into my prefabs, I now get this toggle pad that I can make a bunch of different copies of. I'm going to put one maybe right here. And this is now a different toggle pad. I'm going to maybe rename this wall toggle pad. This wouldn't be a good game design, but just to show you, actually, you know what? Let's rename this. I'm going to make this obstacle toggle pad. And what I'm going to have this one do is actually interact with one of these rotating walls, this spinner number 1. So this obstacle toggle pad, I'm going to drag spinner number 1 as the object to enable. And now when I run my game, this spinner doesn't exist until I touch this, and now it suddenly appears. So you could consider having kind of an easy looking path that has these togglers, and if your player steps on it without noticing or carelessly, it spawns even more obstacles for them. So maybe there's like a puzzle element that you could add into your game. But this toggle script, I can attach to anything, this toggle object, and then whatever I attach into it is the thing that it will turn off and on during your game. Lots of cool gameplay you could make with just that small feature. Good luck in getting it up and running, and enjoy.